Thank you, Chair. My name is Jackson Oberlink. I'm the Legislative Director for Florida for All, and I am here today in strong opposition to HB 6033, which would repeal the Labor Pool Act and gut the few basic protections that exist for nearly 1 million temp workers and day laborers across Florida. Let's be honest about what this bill does. It's not a cleanup, it's not efficiency, and it's sure as hell not about helping working people. This is a corporate handout to some of the most predatory players in the temp labor industry, namely Pacesetters Personnel Services, a company infamous for targeting formerly incarcerated people and trapping them in low-wage, unstable jobs with no path forward. Let me repeat that. This bill is being pushed by a company that has faced lawsuits for denying workers water, restrooms, and fair wages, and now they want you to legalize that abuse. If you vote yes on this bill, you're siding with them. The sponsors of this bill have claimed it's merely repealing duplicative statutes. That is simply false. The Labor Pool Act is the only Florida law that caps fees temps agencies can charge, requires itemized pay stubs, protects workers from coercive deductions, guarantees access to basic dignity, like a place to sit while waiting hours for work, and crucially, protects workers from being blocked from accepting full-time permanent employment. So let's be real. This isn't about duplicative laws. This is about removing every remaining barrier to exploitation, legalizing wage theft, corporate coercion, and modern-day indentured labor. And the timing couldn't be more telling. This bill is moving forward during Second Chance Month, a time when we should be supporting people coming home from incarceration, not making it easier to exploit them. I've heard from workers who've said, quote, "This was the only job I could get after prison, and I was lucky to take home $25 a day after deductions." That's not economic opportunity, that's abuse. This session, we've already seen efforts to roll back child labor protections, attack our constitutional minimum wage, and make our broken unemployment system even harder to access. Now this, it's clear this legislature is on a mission to make Florida the most hostile state in the nation for working families. And let's be clear about the so-called labor shortage this bill is clearly in response to. This crisis is one of your own making. This legislature has repeatedly passed cruel anti-immigrant policies that have pushed thousands of hardworking people out of Florida, people who are the backbone of our construction sites, our farms, our hotels, our kitchens, our communities. And now you're trying to cover for that disaster by making things worse for the workers who are still here. The solution to the labor shortages is not to make work so miserable that people have no choice to accept it. The solution is to welcome back our immigrant neighbors with open arms, pass pro-worker policies that protect them from exploitation, and raise wages so people can actually support their families. Punishing workers for your own failed policies is not leadership, it's cowardice. And I have to ask, in the so-called free state of Florida, why would we pass a law that traps workers in temporary jobs and strips them of their freedom to pursue better opportunities? That's not freedom. At a time when Donald Trump's reckless trade wars are threatening the economy, when families are already struggling with inflation and instability, this legislature should be focused on creating opportunity, not making it easier for corporations to exploit people who are trying to rebuild their lives. All workers deserve a safe workplace, fair pay, and the freedom to prosper. No exceptions. This bill is a disgrace to that promise. Vote no.